episode has started like that so far. It's like, am I good? Am I good? It's so funny.
And my profile, if I go here, then you see the nose and everything. Not that I'm hiding my nose, but So Saturday evening, I'm about to go to bed, and I'm thinking, wow, finally tomorrow, Sunday, I'm gonna be home, do nothing at all. I have no appointments, I have no plans. Finally, I'm gonna be home, relaxing, watch my favorite teams. Soccer game, it was a derby, So I said, I was really, and then I, wake up in the morning and I see a message and then a calendar invite from Leo. Can you show, a property for me? I said, okay, so already the day is kind of changing, but okay, having my coffee, getting ready, and getting set up for the visit, and I meet the client, a nice client, and we started talking, and it turned into a mini, an accelerated course of how the process will look like, buying a house, and we talked about everything. It was so pleasant to talk to him, to the client. I ended up spending obviously like 4 or 5 hours just with the client, just talking. We were in empty houses,
for 4 hours.
We met at 2, and then I came home at 8 o'clock. And then so I spent about 4 hours with this with this client and talking about everything. And I was happy because we built a relationship already that you normally build over the span of
weeks.
2-3 weeks at least, So then he was open, and listening and everything, right? And then so at the end I was done. So then Leo, oh, where are you? In Alvarenga. Okay, can you go bring a paperwork to one of my clients to sign? So I go to I was 5 minutes away from my last showing, so I go meet this client in a retirement home, and Leo tells me, okay, you're meeting this person, so I buzz in. It's it's secure. You buzz in. I'm here to meet this person. Yeah, she's expecting you. So they bring me upstairs to the second floor, and they bring me to the second floor and into a room, and the lady who brought me up tells me, okay, she's here, and in this room I see a lady. I don't know who I'm meeting. If this person is living in a resident home, is she working? I don't know. I didn't ask. Leo didn't tell me. And so I'm meeting this, and there's a lady on a wheelchair. And I said, hi, Zainab. And this lady on a wheelchair, she's in a retirement home. She's obviously, not doing super well. And then this lady's not responding, And then I think, oh, that's why I need to bring the paperwork to sign in person, because the lady's in a wheelchair, and and then out of a room comes the actual, no, it's me, I'm Zainab. So I was, So anyway, so we spent, obviously, we signed the paperwork. I explained how to sign electronically and everything. I spent a lot of time with her. We spoke in Italian because she lived in Italy. Yeah.
You're joking.
No,
she speaks Italian?
Yeah, we spoke in Italian, fluent.
She speaks better Italian than English?
Yeah, well, or maybe, yeah.
Oh,
anyway, she lives in Italy, and and she lived in Italy. And anyway, so then I ended up leaving, and
you always end up with these situations where you cover for one of us or something, and it's like meant to be.
Yeah. And then so I ended up coming back home at like 8 o'clock from pretty much, from a day that I was supposed to be on my in bed and couch all day, and then anyways, and then so I said to Leo, you never know. I told him on the phone. I said, I wasn't expecting waking up this morning and then and being in a retirement home, signing paperwork, in person,
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it was really,
every day is so unexpected, right?
100%, yeah. So it was really fun, yeah. But it was a good Sunday at the end of the day. Yeah. No, because I met the client that we spoke in Italian, and then obviously the previous client that we built a little bit of a rapport, right?
It's great when you work with great people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, to that, I remember we had a conversation, and we actually recorded it about getting into real estate and all that stuff. Now you've been in real estate for what, almost a year and a half officially?
Actually, probably less than a year officially, I think, from the day I got my license, which I believe was in February or March of 2000. 21.
21.
No,
No, so last year's 22.
last year was 22.
You got it in 21.
So now it's 2 years. Now it's 2
Yeah.
years. Now it's 2 years officially almost. And I know that because I'm doing the post-registration courses
Oh,
these days. So
there
I'm
we
finishing
go.
those. So I know that's 2 years, and I'm almost late for one. But almost 2 years, and I was telling to I just I didn't think it was gonna be 2 years because it just passed so quickly. But not only so quickly, it like I learned a lot in these 2 years, and it reminded me of the time that I spent on the cruise ship, where when you do a contract of 6 to 8 months, the relationships and the things that you do, they just like accelerated. They all accelerated because you're into it 24/7
Yes, of
on the
course.
cruise ship. So your relationship with your colleagues and with the clients as well, right? And so from a 6 to 8 months contract, it's like you met someone for you known someone for like 5 years.
Yeah. It's
And-
like they say, if you're going to learn a language, it's better to get immersed in that language, right?
Yeah.
Like
and-
go stay in that country, be in there,
Yeah.
and explore it, discover it, right? And that's how you really learn it.
Yeah, and that's how I felt in the first 2 years. I couldn't believe the 2 years passed by, but also it's almost like I don't remember my life before real estate. It's just completely different. All the things that that we've accomplished in the past 2 years.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy the most about being in real estate and servicing clients and helping them make such a big,
Yeah.
big move in their lives, right?
Yeah, no, and that's what it is. It's servicing clients, being able to dedicate them time. I like I'm a very patient person, so a lot of people appreciate that about me. And getting to know them, getting to understand them, and listen to them, to what it is that they're looking for, right? And this is probably what I like the most. Obviously, the flexibility of the schedule is important too.
But with flexibility means sacrifice too, right?
And that's what it is. It seems like flexibility, but no, actually, I'm always working and thinking about work, right? But it's a good thing because I enjoy it. It doesn't feel like it's a burden.
Correct.
Yeah. But certainly it's been able to help people. From my background in hospitality, where I've always helped and assisted and hosted and welcomed people, it was just an easier transition, a natural transition into something where I can give even more to the people, right? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What would you say has been the, I guess, most or a few of the things that are harder or more challenging in what you do now versus what you used to do before?
Yeah, well, one, obviously we're dealing with a big important purchases, right? Delicate legal situations, and it took a while. It's still, obviously, it always will need improvement, but it took a while to learn how to speak and to phrase emails properly, text messages properly, right? So that's been even though I thought I was able to communicate well, but actually it turned out that I needed a lot of structure and guidance for that. So that certainly has been it's a very delicate topic that we're dealing with. So that could be probably one of the most things where I challenge that I see challenges on a daily basis. I'm writing an email. I'm learning to write an email and then don't send, read it several times over it,
Of course.
and it's helped me in to be honest, it has helped me also in the daily aspects of of the interaction, not only real estate. Yeah.
What has been one of your favorite experiences with either a seller or a buyer?
Well, probably and that's where I'm faced with these questions, and that's where well, there's been a few very, very positive. There's been quite a few positive experiences where we actually see from the clients a reaction and emotions that we really made an impact on their lives, right? We help them through a difficult situation, and we carry them, we carry the we help them with the preparation of their home, and let me rethink of this. But no, yeah. So that's what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is, so the question is, what has been?
I can ask it again.
Ask again.
Actually, I need to send something to Carla, so that works great.
Uh-huh.
What has been your favorite situation or situations? You can speak about a few if you'd like. In selling or in buying, or let me rephrase that again.
Mm-hmm. No. The question is clear.
Yeah. What is a circumstance or something that happened that stands out in what you do now, like in helping people? Like, what was something that just stayed in your mind?
Well, we helped different clients relocating, selling their properties where they lived, for many years. They moved out of the province, and they just needed someone to be there, whether it was for preparing their home for sale, or making sure that the next steps are all aligned and in places for them. This is a difficult question. It's an easy question, but it's one of those things.
What is a story that you remember? What is a story that you remember that is always gonna like stay in your heart because it was just such a touching moment, or that it was very important to that client?
Mm-hmm. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that that experience that we had with Elaine, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my first, probably my first listing.
Yeah.
And it was a tricky situation. She was renting her long-term, property let's just say to a friend.
Yes.
That wasn't paying really rent.
Yeah.
But she was a very generous lady, right?
Yeah, she was a very, very kind person.
Very kind person. Yeah. And when we connected, I could sense the stress. She wanted to sell, but she was in the situation where she didn't know how to move forward with it.
Correct.
Right?
The place was almost, like she knew she needed to make that move, but it was almost like the whole situation was holding her hostage in a way, right?
Yeah, and she really couldn't, she almost couldn't handle it the way it was. She like, no, I can't do anything right now. I don't know how to approach this person. I've helped him in the past. And things like that, right?
Yeah.
So we were able to obviously communicate and negotiate a little bit with the current person. We came up with a plan.
Correct.
on how to prepare the house, when to go on market, and things like that.
Timelines.
We somehow managed the project for her. And when the sale was successful, she got what she wanted, and to me, the most touching point was the testimonial. To be honest, when she left the testimonial, the way it was done, and the words that she used,
yeah,
it really meant a lot. It means we did something,
yeah,
for her. There'll be a few other similar situation, and just hearing the testimonial or the comments, from the seller, they're really very natural and again emotional. Comments, and to me that's what the most important. That's the outcome that's most important to me.
Yeah. What has been something that you think like, wow, I never thought I'd be here? Like, has there been any instances where you're like, wow, this is my life now? Like, something that you never thought that you could do or accomplish? Like, has there been any of those thoughts or circumstances that you've experienced since you've become an agent?
Well, certainly, yeah. Obviously, I don't see myself doing anything else for the next years of my life, right? And there's there's so many uh, then you can cut and well, certainly there's been I see myself doing this for the near future, and far future, hopefully. And I remember when I was in my previous jobs, people were telling me when they heard me speaking to clients, and they would people who actually were in real estate, they told me, well, you should be doing this as you're talking to people like if it's your business, and so so that's what I think. That's what I think. It's almost like this is the place where I need to be right now. Obviously, I didn't know much about real estate up until a few years ago, but I think it's I'm really happy to be where I am, and to be learning, and yeah.
In what way would you say getting into real estate has changed your life?
Well, first of all, it has allowed me to meet beautiful people, like yourself and Leo and Shadi and everyone else in the team, but it's allowed me to grow also as a person, like as a 100%. It's incredible. Sometimes it's like I hear myself talking with with clients or colleagues, and it's just it has allowed me to grow, a lot from a professional but also personal point of view. Obviously, there's so many things that I need to learn that I could have already learned, but I didn't, and and courses that I have taken, but that I could have taken, and so it's you just need to stay focused pretty much all the time. Stay focused, and you gotta be eager to learn more and more. And sometimes I forget about those things. But
because you get pulled into the day to day.
Yes, and then there are moments where, because you're always working, and then there's a few days where you want to relax, and then but it's
your mind just goes there
to
work.
yeah.
You love sweets, right?
I do love sweets. Yeah.
What are your favorite places for sweets in Ottawa?
Favorite places for sweets in Ottawa. So
there's so many.
There's no, I was gonna say my wife makes sort of these the pancakes, but they're not really pancakes. It's something that we have back home in Italy too. And
what are they called in Italian?
But we call them omelette, but the word in Serbian, where my wife is from, is palacinke.
Okay.
And they're similar to omelette, just a little bit of different texture and everything. But that's what my favorite,
and it's sweet.
And it's sweet, yeah. They could be salty as well, but I like sweet. There is a very nice pastry shop on Sussex.
Oh yes.
Yes.
It's dangerous. That's how good it is.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Yeah. The name, Elena. Yeah. So there is a nice place on Sussex that opened up recently, Elena Pastries. Very nice and sophisticated, pastries. And there's a nice store in Westboro that I like to go to for sweets and for bread. It's Mami Clafoutis. Yeah, so they're very European style.
Very French.
Yes. So I think those are the favorite for sweets, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so now that I've taken you away from real estate in a way, where do you see yourself in the future?
In the future, I see myself, well, here in Canada, physically for the next few years. Not sure if I'm going to retire here in Canada. Difficult to say, it's I haven't planned that
That far away.
that far. But the idea is obviously not to stay here in the cold when I'm retired. But no, I see myself growing more as a professional, and learning the more legal aspects, and being a little bit more also independent, being able to obviously I have a lot of support, constant support from the team, but the goal is obviously to be a little bit more also independent, being able to to work with clients and not relying on the team, not because I don't want to rely on the team, but it will be a signal that I'm able to do something on my own, right?
Yeah. But I think we always need each other to an extent. There's many times where, like, for example, I've been the one that's been in real estate trading the most, and I still lean on you guys often, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What I was, maybe we can rephrase that. Where I see myself living. What was the question?
Where do you see yourself in the future?
Well, yes, I certainly see myself, here in Canada in the future, but certainly involved in real estate,
You got the bug.
Yeah. It would be nice to build something, to grow and to build something, to expand my knowledge, and being able to to continually to continuously assist clients, and obviously I'm just at the beginning, but just being able to continue to assist the clients, and their friends and their families, and
Their journey.
yeah.
Nice. Alrighty, well, that's it for today.
Is it okay?
But we just wanted to get to know Stefano a little bit more, and we have, I think. If you guys have any questions for future, let us know. But that's it for today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.